Hello again, fur leather friends. I'm here back with another review of one of my pairs. Um, this is another pair of like trouser style that again are kind of generic. I don't recall if these have a specific brand. I've seen these sold many places. They're on Amazon, they're on AliExpress, they're on eBay. You can find these like loads of places. And this particular pair is interesting because you can actually get it in a multiple different colors. I've seen it in like red and blue and white, I think, and maybe even this one might be available in like a gray or a silver or something. It's available in many different colors. The material is actually slightly different. It's kind of interesting how like you would almost think the polyurethane would be like the same kind of texture and style like between them, but it's actually a subtly or at least somewhat subtly different. So even from the last pair I uploaded, and definitely from the ethanol pair was designed almost completely differently. Um, this pair is probably a little slimmer. This is more my size. These actually do fit me like pretty much bang on. I believe there were 30, but I do not recall specifically what the sizing was. And unfortunately, this doesn't have a proper label inside, or where the label is, it doesn't have the size printed on it the way it should. Now these are again done in a kind of a suit trouser or suit pants style, like similar pockets to the previous pair I just did. Back pockets. Now, the thing I dislike about these, unfortunately, and what brings them down, the reason why they're not my favorite and why I don't particularly like wearing them, is that they have these. I hate this feature, and I'm very sorry out there to people who actually like this because I really don't like it. These weird kind of flaps, and it's not even done like, I know there's a term for this and I forgot to look it up, but like back pocket coverings. And I wouldn't mind it as much if there was like maybe a back button to help like seal it in place, like hold it in place, like you get with some trousers. But these just kind of just sit and they stick out, and especially when you have like when you're wearing them. I'll try and show you. Like, I mean, I flattened these down a little bit by tucking them into the back pockets, as you saw. I mean, that's pretty much how, whenever I wear these, I've been doing that. And I don't even know if I've worn this particular pair out of the house or not, because as nice as they fit, and do have a nice slim fit to them in the leg, like slimmer than the other pair I even had. They are just like these back pockets are just so. I do not understand this design. It's just so ugly to me. It's such a shame. I mean, some people out there might like this, and I feel like if it was on like a cargo style, and that you can sometimes get with where they have another pocket down here, maybe you could get away with this a little bit more. And I have seen pairs I think that do that, but I just do not like this. I just think it looks so unsightly. I'm gonna put them on, and you can see what they look like. And if you do like this, that's fine. I mean, you can definitely get this pair if you like the look of it. But I'll show you what I look like in them. As you can see, unlike the other pair, these fit pretty much dead on to my waist, because I'm about a 30, I believe, at least in like general jeans and trouser waist size. And these like just about fit. The front button is actually quite a nice design. I didn't really emphasize that on the last pair. I might have to show that off at some point. On the last pair it was like a nice big round one, and this one is like kind of a textured metal or possibly plastic design. It's not unsightly. It's a nice feature. Obviously, trouser style side pockets, and then I say these flaps just sort of sit there, and I just don't think they look good. It's such a shame. It's the one thing about this design that really brings on. I would say these were a much better pair by at least a bit if it did not have these. I just tried to tuck them in to the back pockets to try and hide them a little bit, because if it didn't have them, the back pocket design would be really nice, like very similar to the previous pair I showed off. But yeah, it's such a shame. These are definitely tighter on the leg. They're definitely slimmer. It could have to do with the fact that these are a slightly smaller size than the other pair, but I do think these were designed to be a slightly slimmer fit than the previous pair, and the previous pair were quite a slim fit as well. I'll show that off if I can a little bit more. As you can see, these are quite slim on the legs, so if you do have fairly thick legs, you might want to go for a slightly different pair than these ones. Although it's entirely possible that if you size up, if you are a bigger person, that the legs might also have been sized up so they fit a little better. But yeah, I like almost everything about these except for the back pockets. I'll try and use the chair to show off the side view of the legs. I probably should have done that with my previous videos. If I do follow-up videos, I'll definitely try and show off a little bit more like this. These definitely are, I don't know if I should say they're thick, they're like thick enough. They're definitely probably not the thickest pair you get, but they have some thickness to them, so hopefully they have some durability. As I say, haven't worn them out very much, because I just hate the back pockets. But I might try and wear them out at some point. These would definitely probably keep you warm, because they're a nice trim fit. There isn't a ton of space between the leg and the material, so that would probably be very good for trapping heat, so probably great in the winter. I've worn my trousers, I've worn the previous pair that I reviewed out in like cold weather. My legs were lovely and warm. They were only really cold around my ankles where the socks weren't necessarily meeting the cuff at the bottom perfectly, so there was a bit of an air gap, but my top half of my body was colder, even though I may have had more layers on it than my lower half, because of how nice and warm these can be. So I can definitely recommend it. It's not just vanity. These do have some practical purpose in the winter, especially. So if you're somewhere cold, it's a good idea. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my rant. As I say, I don't hate them, I just hate that one thing about them. And obviously, it's really up to you if these can be picked up fairly cheap. I'll try and link to an example of them, but like I say, if you go on Amazon or eBay, you can just do a search for faux leather trousers or faux leather pants, and if you start scrolling through, these will probably pop up, because it seems that they're being sold by a lot of people in a lot of places. So they're definitely not hard. This pair definitely isn't hard to come by. I would have recommended them, especially over the pair that you can't seem to get anywhere anymore, if only the back pockets weren't, the design wasn't so questionable for me. But if you're okay with it, I can definitely recommend this as a possible pair. Say, I can't vouch for how durable these are, because I have not really worn them out very much. But just from me, just wearing them a little bit, just to take photos and stuff, they've been fine. I'll let you guys take a look at what the legs look like, just sitting down. As I say, they're kind of tight, but I like that. That's a feature for me, not a bug. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I hope you were okay with my little rant on these. But this is my channel, it's my opinions. I will try and make another video when I can. I may branch out into slightly other topics, talking about my other interests, but I will obviously try and upload and talk about faux leather as much as I can, and give reviews on any future pairs that I end up buying. I would definitely love to buy more and maybe talk about and showcase more. But if there's things about the videos that you guys want to comment on, if the lighting has been better for these last two, I can try and do a follow-up on the ethanol pair to show off those a little bit more, and I might just go ahead and just do that so that you guys can see them in motion a little in slightly better lighting. And I hope that people are enjoying watching, and I will see you guys soon.